What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was talking about the weed.
Man.
I don't know if anybody will be on tonight. It's just me out here. How much did Steve give away on that video?
The last homeless guy got 15 grand alone.
15. He's had some videos where he does like $1 million, bro. It's fucking nuts. Oh, we could be superstars. I wish I could like eventually pay. I wish you could pay, like if I had the money, pay to boost like your live, and like if you just pay enough, like everybody, like you just like how you can boost. What's up, Marissa? How you doing? How's the week? How we feeling?
I get what you're saying.
Kind of like how you boost a post like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, boosting your live, and then it's like you reach 100,000 people and you just pay, and then your live gets sent to like 100,000 Instagrams.
I wouldn't be surprised that already exists.
It might. I don't know. There's a way for everything, but I really desire so much to grow into omnipresence where like I pay, like eventually I'll pay like 10. I want to get to a point where I'm paying $10,000 a month for like personal marketing advertising, like boosting all my social media, putting ads of me everywhere. Like just like random shit. Like obviously I follow them so I get all the algorithm, but like people like that, you win, you become a winner because you're just everywhere. Like people really can't click away from like everywhere. You just click. Even Sirhan. I mean Sirhan's everywhere now. Like ads everywhere. I get Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. His face is everywhere. His ads everywhere. His new metaverse shit. Like, Trina, are you on the live right now? On your phone? It's just you. I'm probably gonna get off. It's fucking Friday night. I don't have 10,000 screaming girls on my thing like Fran yet, but
I'll pull my wing out.
It'll be superstars.
What about the rising gas prices?
Yeah, gas prices, bro. Seriously, I think I want Fran to actually go into. She can get the electric caddy, comes out next year, 2023, and I'm about it, bro. That shit I've paid in 10 days. I know I've paid like 150. Well, not probably near as much as your gas bill, but even just me going to office and back, I paid almost probably $100 a week in gas.
Yeah, I pay like $40 to fill my tank and probably do that 5 or 6 times a week.
Well, do you pay how much in gas a week?
About 100. I pay $100. I pay about 100 bucks a week in gas.
Yeah, probably pay about 200 if not more.
And the Caddy's it's a big car. Shit's
I pay like 60 maybe.
Probably a month, bro. You don't drive like you're really close right to work, right? Oh, what's up, bro? Yeah. Actually, we're late. We're actually kicking it on the couch and shit. And I was like, oh, yo, it's 10 o'clock. I need to do my live. So, yeah, I came on late, but just kicking the shits tonight, bro. If you literally want to hop on my live with me, bro, we can chat, hang out, whatever. I'm just going to dedicate 10 minutes. Anybody chilling, everybody out there. I know everybody's probably, getting drunk and doing their thing. It's Friday night. Zooted out watching cartoons or some shit, or watching the episode 2 of Yeezy Genius, which I already watched the first night. We actually rewatched it last night, like half of it. It was gas. But bro, his album was so deep. I was telling me and Fran were just like running our mouths on Adderall last night about it for like an hour. But we were just yamming about his album, like how deep it is, bro. Like we were talking about Kim and Kanye shit a little bit ago, and we can openly talk. I don't care. People watch this shit. Hope they're entertained. We were talking about how, like, literally on the album, bro, Kanye's literally saying like some deep, like, just sad shit. There's the song in there's called "Never Abandon Your Family." It's all about dads and shit, about how dads should never leave their kids, like, leave their family or whatever. And damn, bro, bless you.
Dang, that shit.
He's like, I'm losing. He said, this is last year. He's like, I fear that I'm losing my family. My biggest fear of losing my family, but I'll never leave my kids, would never abandon my family, whatever. So it was like some deep stuff, and it was crazy. So that's why I was like really into it. And he was saying, and then Andre, I listened to it earlier. Andre, you guys know Andre 3000, like from Outkast.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 was on there, and because he has multiple songs in there about his mom, Donda. And what up, Trey? Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Trey, man, I'll see you hopefully next week or in 2 weeks, bro, for sure. I know it's been a long time coming. But yeah, Andre 3000 was saying there about the song about the moms. He was saying, I tried to get my mom to like quit smoking, and then she finally did, but then she got back on smoking, and it hurt me and shit. I think it just related so much because he says really real shit, and like the bad side, the good side, the relentless side, and I relate to it so much. And me and Farron were talking about this earlier too, but we're talking about like our favorite shows. She was saying she watched weird shows like growing up. She like My 600-Pound Life and shit, and I was like, I liked MTV Cribs. MTV Cribs. What's up, Jess? MTV Cribs was my show, dude. I feel like since I was little, I wanted to be rich. I don't know, because I just saw people, at least like I saw people on MTV Cribs, and I mean they weren't frowning. All the broke people around me were always frowning and pissed off and stressed. So I was like, damn. I mean, if I'm gonna be stressed, I might as well be stressed in a fucking mansion, and not in this.
Cry your fucking Bugatti.
I'll cry my Bugatti before I cry my Civic.
There's no nobility in poverty.
There is no nobility in poverty, and yeah, I know this is off the off record here. It's actually not off record. It's on the shit. But hey, Tiffany, what's up? Hey, I heard you've been crushing the gym, staying consistent. So, hey, huge respect on consistency. If anybody's consistent in anything for a long period of time, I got huge respect for you. And I feel like I'm also in a place now. I've never done anything consistent. I've been talking about this lately too. What have you done in your life that you've done every single day? Like you've worked at consistently every day for a long period of time. I can't think of anything. I mean, even sports. I mean, I half-assed sports so I could get my playing time and all that, and I was decent. But I half-assed sports, and I was okay. But I've never really gone hard on something and really honing in on a skill. Never gone hard on honing in on a skill, honing in on really anything. And so now I'm finally in a place, obviously with real estate and business wise, like between real estate and obviously social media, where I'm actually really consistent over a long period of time, and I'll be here in the space that I'm in. And this is really cool too. What I'm happy about now, I'm kind of having a little more peace in my life, is that now in 2022, like starting from just this year now on, this space that I'm in general, and obviously it will change over time, but my whole life until I'm, the next 100 years, I'm going to live for another 100 years. My next 100 years, I will literally be in like real estate and social media, or whatever content means or looks like in 20 years. I mean, it might even be social media in 10, 20 years. It might be some crazy shit, right? It can be all virtual reality or something. I'll be doing some fucking TikTok dance in the metaverse while we dance around with each other. I don't know what that'll look like, but in general, I will be in the spaces that I'm in pretty much the rest of my life. I'll do other, probably a bit crazy business stuff later in maybe 10 years, 20 years, start obviously venturing out, doing other crazy businesses, like maybe a media company. I don't know. I just love this shit. We were talking about it earlier about just like getting more cameras and like more documenting, more like raw documenting, where it's just sort of like working out, hanging, spitballing, talking about our dreams, talking about our life, what we want, what we're doing, chopping it up to really show people, I guess, really behind the scenes. Because even when you talk on your stories, right, our Instagram stories are supposed to be behind the scenes in your life. And I do try to show every bit of my life possible within reason. But even with that being said, I'm really busy, and most of the time I can't sit on live all day, right? I wouldn't make any money. I'd get evicted. So I really would just want to find a way definitely to document more of my life and document more of I guess people call it come up or something, but just show people the realness and the rawness. Because I think once you see people, once you see idols and big entrepreneurs and people, once they get to a certain point, you can't relate to them anymore. So and they can't really relate to you anymore because they're so disconnected from that experience, from that come up years down the road. But I hope that in 10 years and 20 years that people can go back and see some raw footage, some documentary kind of shit of the heart of, I didn't say hard times, like, yeah, my life is so hard. I live in an apartment in the sky, and we have a nice car to drive, even though we share it at this point. I don't have Tom Ford suits like I want, but I have plenty of nice clothes. So anyways, I say hard times, but like my life is amazing. The life that I have now, I mean, most people like work their whole life just to live like we do now. The happiness that we have now, the joy we have now, the little shit that we enjoy now. I mean, people work 40 years for it just to bet that hopefully maybe they get to the end and get to enjoy what we enjoy day to day. So anyways, I go on about that. Paul said, what's up with the Ukraine situation? Ukraine, I'm blessed. I'm really happy and grateful that I live in the best, greatest nation in the world. And, you know, I have a lot of international friends now. Obviously, social media and the international business that I've done has got me connected to more people internationally in different countries and different places. And even people from the UK or Australia, you know, really even like English speaking, very westernized civilizations and countries and nations, even like the UK. I have a lot of friends from the UK or even live there now, and they say there's nothing like the US. Like it just doesn't compare to the opportunity, to the money that you can make in the US, and to the businesses that you can build, and laws and the tax benefits and all that you have in the US or something like it. So anyways, pertaining to Ukraine, my thoughts on the situation, I don't really get myself really emotionally involved. Like a lot of people get themselves emotionally involved in fear, because fear is the strongest. Fear is the strongest. Fear is the strongest gravity in the world. I don't know. Fear is the strongest illusion. Fear is the strongest like force, like gravitational force to change people's thinking and to reel people in and to consume people's lives. So sure, it's sad. Hell yeah, it's sad. Like I don't want. I mean, I don't support any kind of war. I don't support any kind of fucking bombing. I mean, yeah, people get shot, people are getting bombed and stuff in Ukraine, and that's really unfortunate. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on the worst person in the world to get blown up. I mean, maybe a couple people, but other than that, no. I mean, obviously it's sad, and I don't obviously like it, but I think that I don't emotionally involve myself, and emotionally, psychologically, spiritually involve myself into that stuff, because then it can drip in and seep into every other area of my life. People get so consumed, and honestly, I think that people get so consumed in fear, and people get so concerned in current events that don't really affect them. Like it's nice to post on Facebook and say prayers for Ukraine or whatever, but other than that, it doesn't really concern you. And people are so caught up in other people's lives. They're so caught up every single week. Look at the world, guys. Every single week, people are so sucked into something that it has nothing to do with their life. Last week, it was the Super Bowl, or whenever that was. Like, people are so completely succumbed to the hype and the energy around the Super Bowl. And then it's Ukraine, you know? So people just get so involved in this shit that has nothing to do with them, really. It doesn't really affect them. I think because people they're not driven. They're like literally they don't have a purpose, and they're not like busy in their own lives, like actually pushing for something and having a purpose to work for. Like I've seen like Ukraine and shit. I see, you know, news sometimes, and if it's a big enough deal, you'll hear about it, right? So I don't watch the news. I don't look at news. I don't see CNN. I don't see Fox. I don't see anything. I don't look at Twitter news. I don't look at anything. So whatever I just hear from people, from from friends, whatever I'm talking to, anybody, people I work with, partners, whatever, that's all I know. That's all I know about the news, what people say to me. And most of the big stuff obviously gets around because people are so consumed by the news. So yeah, and ironically, one of my real estate partners has good friends in Ukraine, and literally is getting sent videos of like the bombing and shit near the capital. So yeah, obviously that's sad, and there's bad stuff happening all over the world. But I'm so focused on my mission and what I need to do, that I just don't get caught up in that stuff, because I know that it doesn't affect me, and there's nothing I can really do to change it. Like, you can post on Facebook all day saying pray for Ukraine, but okay, like then people put hours and hours of mental energy into that when they could actually be poured into helping the world be a better place by like building a business, by making more money, by helping people, by reading more, by exercising to make yourself feel better so you can help the world more. But instead they consume that time with BS, that doesn't concern them. So besides the point, Paul said, do you think it will have an effect on the economy? I don't know. I don't think I know enough, and I think that political players and diplomats and oligarchs and people in the world definitely use shit like this to their advantage to make money, to short markets, stuff like that. I think they definitely take advantage of it, and I think to an extent, there are maybe people behind the scenes, maybe some people orchestrating some things to be in their advantage. So I don't know about the economy, and I really, like I said, I don't see what a Russian bomb hitting Ukraine has to do with, obviously, like the American economy. Now, obviously, if people come over here and bomb us, like, yeah, shit, economy, and people are going to be scared and pull their money out of everything and fucking put money on their mattress and run, and pray for their lives so God doesn't, whatever. So yeah, I think maybe obviously if we get involved in the fucking World War or something, yeah, then we're going to have problems there with economy and stuff, and people are going to shriek in terror. But as far as, Russia and Ukraine having a fight, I don't see why that would have an effect on our economy in general. I think there's a lot of average people who are very consumed in it. There we go. So we actually got a good answer there. So I don't really know, but that's a good answer. Because supply chains are globally connected. So there you go. So supply chains, that's a really good answer. I wasn't thinking of it at all. I'm just thinking of like stock markets and shit in general, like how people are investing. I was only connecting it to like, okay, I'm thinking like how most people are investing like while watching the news, because news doesn't market. So I can see that to an extent. But yeah, definitely supply chains make sense. People don't want to move products and import and export if there's, bad shit going on. So totally makes sense for sure. So supply chains, there you go. Hopefully we still get our Amazon on time, or else everybody's going to freak out on Jeff Bezos. So yeah, very sad. Obviously, I wish abundance and blessings for the entire world, everywhere, all the time. So I just think that I'm a big peace guy. I'm a hard ass, but I'm a peace guy. So it's all good. Here's my love right here. We're just hanging out. But yeah, Isaiah, what's up, brother? Haley, hey, you guys, haven't seen you in a while.
Who's on here?
Isaiah, what's good? Just a couple pals.
Just hanging.
I'm just kicking it, just talking, whatever. But I was talking about earlier how we were talking about just like the Kanye stuff in the album, and I was talking about how we want to do like more documentary shit, because it's kind of hard, like even through stories, right? I was saying like, yeah, we train people, and we're trained like, oh, like Instagram stories is like behind the scenes of your life, but
Yeah.
it's still really not. Like it is, but it's just quickly like what we want to what we want to show, or like whatever. So, and I'm really honest. Like I'm sitting here, I say to people how I lose money, or I lost a deal, or I fail, and all that stuff. But I think it'd be cool, and obviously 10 years, 10, 20 years when we're billionaires or whatever, have businesses and all this stuff. I want people to come back and be able to see this shit. And I'm so grateful for social media. Obviously in 1994, Kanye didn't have Instagram to talk on here like this. So I'm really grateful for it. You can always go back and see this stuff. I think it'd be cool. Like, I'm not going to delete when I was young and broke from social media. So it'll be cool how people can literally go back thousands of posts and see every single step. And I hope that people can now relate to that. And I think because a lot of the people we see as so successful now, we didn't see them on social media in 2004, 2008, and 2012.
Right.
So we didn't see all their stuff very vividly. Like people now will be able to see every step of the way for us. You could trace back to every day of our lives, because we post every single day.
Yeah.
So you could literally see every single day of our lives. My laptop's about to die over here on the stream.
I also think too, it's kind of cool, like for people that are, super big, Grant Cardone or whoever, I think people forget, and maybe I think that stops people from starting, because they look at him and they didn't see when he was like in shitty lighting in a corner of a room, not knowing what to say. And so they don't want to go through that. But I think the more that you can show people, like everyone starts at the same place. everyone
Yeah.
starts knowing nothing, not knowing how to do certain things, and just kind of putting themselves out there and doing it every day. And obviously, by doing it every day, you get really good. You do gain that community. You do get people that do want to hear from you and do want to be in your circle. So I think it's cool. I think it will definitely be something to watch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good too. But yeah, people always do think like, oh, like they just got lucky or they just like hit the lottery one day. Like everybody that's built any kind of business. I mean, I mentioned Amazon a few minutes ago, bro. I mean, even in the not even the earliest stages, but you can literally just Google Jeff Bezos in a room by himself with a freaking little dining table that was his desk.
Yeah.
And he has a poster on the wall that he hand painted with some paint from Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot, and it says Amazon.com in like 1994 with a 1990 computer by himself, like trying to build a website and put books on it.
Yeah, I think too, like before I sit down, because I'll literally talk on here for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm about to get off.
I think the coolest thing though is it's not always about the money. I think people forget like success is like, oh my God, I love the person that's looking back at me in the mirror.
We had a huge talk about that last night.
I love that I don't think so negative anymore. Like those are also successes too that everyone I think is really undervaluing. Cody's only been with me for 2 years, but like 2 years ago, I didn't look like this. I definitely didn't act or think like this. And so I think that speaks a lot more to success than any money or house or apartment or, Gucci bag ever could.
Yeah. I've said that a lot too on lives if people listen. But I love just chasing the next win of the next version of me, the next best version of me, the next, how can I create more? How can I create better? How can I add more value to people? How can I help more people? And just feeling more peaceful, just developing my mind so much. And I think that's a huge part of like, you want to build a business and you want success. Yeah. Money buys you options. You get to have financial peace and you can do what you want. You can bless people and donate and, have yourself nice clothes in a nice place and all that stuff. But who you get to become, like I think that's what God really wants for humans. And I think humans in general is to become better humans. And the vehicle is business. The vehicle is entrepreneurship for us, because to really, really make it, big as an entrepreneur or in whatever, say real estate for me, whatever it is, you have to become a bigger and better person. I talk about that a lot, about overcoming problems, becoming bigger people, becoming bigger as a human to overcome any obstacles or adversity. So, hey, thank you. Appreciate it big time. Enjoy your weekend. Don't get too crazy. I'm about to hop off, but I wanted to, an update for Paul asked about our NFT grind. So we did mint our first NFT. I can't say a lot about it because it's still not public. It's not public yet, but it's one of the biggest, most anticipated NFT projects in the world, and we were really blessed. We're really blessed and lucky to have a personal relationship with a co-founder of this NFT project, who's built many businesses around obviously the blockchain space and crypto and NFTs. So we're really excited about it. It could really be a little life-changing, not just with like profits and money, but also the access to people and access to just the perks and stuff that you get. So that'll be an interesting bridge to cross when we get there. If our NFT is worth 6 figures, do we cash out and take 6 figures in Ethereum and money, or how long do we hold on and get to meet cool people? Sneak peek, Drew Brees is in this project. A lot of some other professional athletes are in this project, and Snoop Dogg. I posted that funny thing about Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg is actually getting into this project as well. So I'm really excited, and just want to keep helping people, and I'll keep everybody in the loop on that experience when I can. So anyways, happy Freedom Friday, happy Friday night. Go enjoy yourself a little bit, kick back, watch your Netflix, and eat some good dinner, maybe a little dessert. And we just had a glass of wine, so we're getting crazy. I think this is the first time I had a sip of alcohol in like a month. So Paul, there you go. Honestly, we're cashing out. I'm investing in the hard stuff, the real assets, real estate, my favorite. All right, y'all, have a good night. See you, Paul. See you guys. Be blessed this weekend. I'll be back. Message me, hit me up. That kid loves me.
What is that?
Paul. He's on there every night. He lives in Tampa.
And I'll put up a quote of like the 5 things you should do to